Okay, so hello everyone. I probably have done horribly with promoting this outside of the Print School community. Print School, of course, is the amazing community I have on YouTube where we have almost 10,000 members. I'm so excited about that. We're so close. I think we're like less than 500 away from having this amazing community. So I want to talk about what opens up tomorrow. We are pretty much full. I think we have, I want to say like, I think 4 or 5 seats left, and then we're like completely full. However, I did add additional seats for the sake of today, being that today's the last day. So let me tell you guys about what Print School has been promoting, what people have been signing up for, and I'm putting this on my Facebook profile as well because I haven't talked about it at all outside of the Print School community. So if you are not familiar with Print School is again my YouTube channel community, my amazing community of individuals who desire to package their passions when it comes to planners and journals. And as an expert in that field that has worked with amazing clients, I've helped clients of all different sizes launch planners, journals, workbooks, courses. And when it comes to planners and journals, a lot of times it's easy to find content on making one. How do you make a planner? How do you make a journal? But there's not strategies many times that are packaged for those who desire to launch this kind of business, right? And on top of that, if you don't have if you don't have a ton of capital to put out that dream, how do you launch a planner or journal idea and actually sell it? It's one thing to make something. We can make things all day, but the question becomes, how can I make this an actual business? And so that's where Launch on a Budget started from. It started actually with the My $500 planner and journal workbook that, I mean, oh my God, hundreds of people have bought. And what ended up happening was that I was getting feedback. And people were like, Genesis, when is a course coming? Because I'm enjoying the workbook. We're enjoying the workbook, but we love when you teach and break it down to us. So can you break it down? And so that's what I decided to launch. So we open the doors tomorrow. And if you are part of Print School, I have been talking about this for weeks, and that's why people have been signing up. 3 people signed up in the past hour. Okay, because they don't want to miss out. Now, I do want to talk about the course, what it includes. Is it for you? Because again, today's the last day to invest if you want to get the low offer that it's at. So the course is $97. Okay, that's a no-brainer price. I try to make it super affordable because you're launching on a budget. So I didn't want to have a breaking the budget price point. Okay. So it's $97. And let me tell you what it covers, okay? So this covers 8 sections. It's based off of the workbook. So if you have, I'm sure my YouTubers can get this. How many of you have the My $500? Because again, I'm sure you're on YouTube so I can see comments. How many of you have the My $500 Planner Journal Workbook? A lot of you guys have it. I mean, because we've had over, as of, I want to say last week, I think we've had over, I would say close to 700 people have purchased this workbook since January. So a lot of people purchase this workbook, okay? And if you have it, it's broken into 8 sections. It takes you from launching your community all the way to your business being fully open. So this is not a how to make a planner journal. This is how to launch it as a business. So I talk about all these 8 components to launching your planner journal business, and I take you through where you're taking your time. This is not how to launch your business in 30 days. Anyone who's been watching me on Print School, a minimum of 6 months to a year minimum to actually launch it well. So I take you through, if I had $500 to $2,000, how would I, as an expert, teach one of my clients? How would I teach them? Okay, if we only have between $500 to $2,000, this is how we're going to spend the money. This is how we're going to break up the time. This is how we're going to launch the community. Because if you don't have a ton of money, and you're saying, okay, well, I don't have the money to run ads. I don't have the money to pay influencers a ton of money. I don't have, I can't afford 30 systems that cost, because that's going to wipe out my budget. So this is where someone who actually has expertise can teach you, because it's one thing to Google stuff and say, oh, it's easy. Just use this and just use that and just use this and just use that. But the question becomes, well, why are you using it? How long should you use it for? What should you use it for? What is, some software is not good for small budgets because the moment you hit a certain number, it's going to eat your budget up. The moment you hit over a certain number of subscribers, bam, a payment plan has to happen. So I'm going to show people who have a small budget, this is how we're going to maximize that small budget. And that's where you need to have an expert teacher. On top of that, I'm going to give you strategies when it comes to printing and publishing. So to Melody Westerfield, which I saw you sign up today, okay, we're going to talk about the importance and when it comes to print on demand platforms, which ones are good for small budgets and which ones are not. Not every print on demand platform I would suggest and this is just, this is why you take the course. Because in the course, I'm going to tell you, listen, the margins are going to kill you. Don't do it. Okay. None of you should be out here, okay, selling planners and journals, and it's costing you almost blood, sweat, and tears to just pay for one to be made. And then by the time you try to make profit on it, you're making pennies on the dollar, okay, for even profit. You're never going to grow a business that way. So I'm gonna give it to you real and raw on, listen, if you don't have a lot of money, this is how you got to do it. Okay, and this is what you need to do with the money. This is how you need to pace it out. You don't need to order a ton of inventory. We're going to start small, okay? And I'm going to teach you how to start small and how to scale as more money comes in, as more orders come in. I'm going to teach you how to expand it, okay? But this is not a blow up in 30 days course. I got to really make this clear. This is building a business because, even if you have a blow up moment, you don't run a business off of a blow up moment, because 6 months later, you're still going to have that business and you still need to be just as successful as you were when you blew up. So this is teaching you the foundational principles, again, in these 8 sessions. Each video is 15 minutes. That's 2 hours, 8 sessions, 15 minutes. That's 2 hours worth of teaching. Now, let me teach you really quickly how you're going to use this course. Okay. This course is not, let me watch it all in one night and then I'm done. That's not how it's supposed to be used. Okay. And I'm going to talk about this in the intro of the course tomorrow. The way it's supposed to be used is I watch video. You can watch it all in one night, but what's going to end up happening is you're going to need to go back to the course. And the way I recommend is that every month you basically watch according to what you need. So for instance, okay, month 1, I'm teaching you how to launch a community on a budget. If you don't have a ton of money, how you start getting a ton of people. Okay, so it may take you about 1 or 2 months or even 3 months to launch your community and to really build it up. So, you may go back into the course. Like, this is why, honestly, it's an investment, because you're going to be using it over and over and over and over and over again. So $97 is like a no-brainer, right? Because you're going to be getting all, several uses. So you're going to go back to the course. You're going to watch video 1. Okay. In each video module I have, I'm providing you execution, homework for each video. So if I were you, don't hop to video 2 unless you've done video 1's execution. So for instance, with Launch the Community, I teach you for 15 minutes on how I would take a small budget and use strategies to launch my community. Okay. Then I give you homework to execute to get that community up and running. Okay. So that may take you a month, 2 months, 3 months. Okay. And I give you certain goals to hit. Okay. Then you're going to video 2. Okay. And you're going to go in the next section, right? So the goal is to really milk and use this course for what you need. You may go back a year later and say, you know what? Okay. Now, what did she say when it came to doing my pre-orders? Let me go back to that pre-order video she did on how I need to do my pre-orders. Let me go back to that video where she was talking about, okay, those 15 minutes on how to build out my website. Let me make sure I got my checklist together. So all of these things are really helping you to run a business. A lot of people teach you how to make a planner, how to make a journal. They don't teach you how to run the business because they don't have the experience. Or they're just new to the game. There's nothing wrong with being new to the game, but when you're new to the game, you can only teach what you know. You can only teach what you know. And for me, I have experience in not just making it for myself, but majority of my experience actually comes from making planners and journals for my clients on large scales and small scales. So that's why I believe I'm the best person to teach it from this experience, because I've seen it at all different angles, not just what I've done. Okay. Because if I just base off of what I've done, that would be limited. Okay. I'm going to talk about all different ways on how to max budgets, and also to the realistic picture of, when you have a small budget, You have to be very shrewd with how you spend your money. You cannot waste your money. If you have $502,000, that money can go so fast. $2,000 can go so fast in like 30 days in a business. So I'm going to teach you on how to strategically plan things out, on how to really master your business. And so this is really what it's for. And again, it's for those of you who have small budgets. Listen, it doesn't matter what your budget is. You can build a successful company. And as you build your business, you then will have more money to do more things with. Okay. Who is this course for? This course is for people who you're trying to launch a business. You're not just trying to launch a product. Okay. You guys know how I teach. If you're here to just do something really quickly, get an idea up in the sky, I mean, it may be for you, but honestly, this is for people who want to have a well-rounded perspective of the business. Okay. The second thing is that this is for people who are looking to launch, especially lifestyle movements, and your planner or journal helps people live out a certain kind of lifestyle, okay? Something that causes them to act. But remember, a planner and journal is not just, a planner isn't just like the regular planner that may have calendars or months. It could be a wedding planner. It could be a fitness planner. It could be a fitness tracker. There's a lot of other types of products that can stem from this course that I'm teaching you, okay? So it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to have calendars in it for it to be a planner. Okay. Anything that anyone is planning out is a planner. Okay. So if you have different ideas that you want to launch, this definitely will be the course for you. This also is the course for people who want to have longevity in their business. They're not looking for a get rich quick scheme. They want to learn how to really, again, build a business. So if you lack patience, if you're someone who quits every 3 weeks, this is not. Don't waste your money. This also is not for people who at this current time, you're not focused. This is a very real thing to say. I don't want you to waste your money. I don't need your money. I know that may be kind of odd to say, but I don't need people's money, okay, that aren't focused, because it's going to be a waste of your money. It's going to be a waste of my time, even though I kind of made it once. But the point is that it's going to be a waste, because if you're not focused, okay, if you're not focused, then what's going to end up happening is that you're going to buy it and you're never going to use it. And you're not going to profit from it. And I cannot tell you the number of times I've purchased something and I completely forgot I purchased it. And, 3 years later, completely forgot about it. Okay. That's a waste of your money. I don't need it. Okay. It's not like, you're doing me any favors. Okay. I'm a business owner, so I'm going to make my money, period. If I don't make it from you, I'll make it from somebody else. Please don't feel bad if you can't sign up. Don't feel bad. I just don't have to focus. I'm too busy. Listen, I'm glad that you're self-aware. Okay. So please do not sign up for this course and you're not going to use it. I want people who are focused. And listen to the thing. Here's the thing. It's going to reopen again. Okay. So we're closing the doors. Okay. Tonight. So if you want it at $97, you do need to get it tonight. It will reopen. Let me just tell you this. We will add more people to the course in August. So during July, we're going to reopen the doors. And on August 1st, you'll be able to experience it if you missed it. Okay. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Michonne. Hey, Melody. But here's the thing. It won't be $97. It's going to be $197. So if you want to save $100, enroll today. Here's the thing. It closes tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. So if you live in California, you live Pacific time, and you're like, oh, well, 12 o'clock, it's going to be midnight. No. It's going to be 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. My time is when it closes. So yes, it will close at 9 p.m. in California. Okay, 9 p.m. California. Okay, 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, so please do not email me at 12:01 asking I missed it. You missed it. Okay, this is why I tell people you need to take advantage of time. Okay, use it when you can, and then move on from there. The last thing I want to say is that for those of you who are getting in on this now, we're doing a live Q&A call on July 27th, okay? So what's going to happen is after you've watched all the material, a quick, let's say do a quick run through, you'll be able to get on the phone with all the other students, and I'm going to do a Q&A. So if you have any questions after watching the course, I'm going to be on a call with all of you guys, and I'll be answering everyone's questions, okay? That, though, the recording will be available if you can't make the time. If you can't make the time, that's cool, but you will be able to submit questions to me prior so that if you can't make it, I will still answer your questions, okay? I think that's it. Is there any questions? Are you guys excited? I'm so we've had so many students sign up, and so this is like the best kickoff for this. I'm so excited. I'm so ecstatic. Making sure I'm not missing anything. It's going to be 8 modules, 2 hours worth of content. Someone did ask me. Hey, Culture of Psalms. Someone did ask me, do I have to purchase the workbook? Now, the workbook is, again, some people have ordered it, is the My $500 Planner Journal Workbook. If you go to the link with this video that's either on Facebook or here in the on YouTube on the description box, if you go to the podium, if you go to the course website, if you click on the homepage, you can purchase the workbook. I highly recommend that you do purchase the workbook. I'm not saying that just to say that. I'm saying it because for those of you who have the workbook, I think we all can attest that workbook is worth it, okay? And the workbook is really good because it forms the foundation of the course. I will not be teaching what's in the workbook already. So if you ask me stuff like, what are the, let's say you ask me, what are the platforms I can make my planner with? That's already in the workbook. Okay, there's no way I'm gonna have you guys pay for information you could have gotten the workbook. Okay, the course is going to take you deeper past. So, like for instance, in the course, I'm going to be teaching on these platforms from which ones I believe you would work best for your budget. The workbook has everything listed though, with like plans, it has the 6-month schedule. It has the budget tracker. The workbook is nice. So I recommend getting the workbook as the foundation, and then you're going to match it with the course, because as I teach from the course, I'll be teaching out the workbook. Got it? As a reference. So that's all I'm going to say. So I definitely recommend you have both, because when you do the course, you can use the workbook as like for your notes, all that kind of stuff. My focus is on producing journals at $6 mark, like you said, but how this POD, when you focus on overseas print? No, overseas printing is Print Boss. If you are printing, let me just be clear with this. That's a great question, Culture of Psalms. If you are someone who wants to make the pretty planners with the gold coils, you want stickers, you want a back pocket, you want tabs with gold foil embossing, you want the hardcover, you want the dividers, you want all these bells and whistles. That is not what I'm teaching on and launching, because the budget, let me just say this, the budget for that kind of work for my clients, they have to have a minimum of at least $2,500, and that does not include shipping. So you're really, by the time you get done, you're going to need about, I would say, $4,000 to $5,000 before you even go into overseas printing. Now, the amazing thing about overseas printing is that your unit costs are extremely healthy. My client right now, with Empire Plan, which I'm so excited about, her unit costs were below $4 for 500 of them. That's and she's been selling them for pre-orders at what's her pre-order price? It is just, I should know this. Come on, I think we put them at $34.99. That's good. That's good. That's real good. You pay below $4 for a planner. Hers has, and this, let me just say this. We were able to negotiate 2 different covers for a $500 order. So that means that she has 2 different versions of the same planner. So she can sell $250 of one in one season, $250 of another season, 2 different covers. One is blue, turquoise blue with silver coil. One is a fuchsia pink with a gold coil. Gorgeous. $4 unit cost. They did not include shipping, but the thing about it is that when you factor all this stuff in, her margins are beautiful. And I made sure it was that way. That's why I'm an expert. I know my stuff. But guess what? When you calculate some of those costs, plus shipping it, plus the sample cost, to order a sample alone is $125 for just a sample. Now, the cool thing about overseas is that they will pay us back the refund if we do the full order. But if you don't have $4 or $5 laying around, that's the reason why we're doing launch on the budget. So launching a budget is for those of you, you're not shelling that out overnight. Okay. You're not shelling that out. And and that's the cool thing, is that you can progress to that. So this is why Print Boss, we did Print Boss. Print Boss is opening back up for re-enrollment. Now let me tell you something about Print Boss though. And I know we're having time with so launch your budget open is closest tonight. But for those of you who want to learn like the big game, like how to play with the big boys and the big girls, that is Print Boss. Now, Print Boss is a lot more expensive than launching a budget, because with Print Boss, that one comes with a 120-page workbook. Like, I teach you the business of the big side. Okay, that investment level is going to be reopening up at $799. So it's a higher investment, because I'm teaching you a lot more than I would with a launch on the budget. Because when you have a smaller budget, you can only do so much. When you have a bigger budget, I talk about scaling it, flipping it. Oh my, there's so much you can do. And then in Print Boss, I actually give you my vendor. I give her to you, so you can go on and do the work that you desire. Okay. But yeah, I give you my vendor. Okay. And so that's why, Print Boss is like, okay. And so that one is 4 hours worth of content with the 120-page workbook. It's amazing. Now, the reason why we have not reopened Print Boss is because I want to add some more bonus content, and we're going to be reopening that up in about, I would say, maybe about 2-3 weeks. So what I suggest is, if you're going to start with a smaller budget, start with launch on a budget. And then as you grow, or you want it, maybe your next project, you want to, do about $4,000 to $5,000 minimum investment, then do Print Boss. So hopefully, Culture of Psalms, that answers your question. Again, if you go overseas, you would not be paying a $6 unit cost unless your thing was like 200 pages. You're usually going to be paying between, I would say, $4 to $5 unit cost max. Okay. Now, if you include shipping, it's probably going to take it above that. But minus shipping, though, you're looking at about $4 to $5. But that's overseas again. Okay, so does that answer everybody's question? Culture of Psalms says, I have a potential client, but they want their book to be because it's per page. Potential client, they want their book to be. Now, when you say be with the money sign, you mean like they want it to be glamorous or something? Well, let me show you all her comments so we can see it. So she says, I have a potential client. So do you mean they want all the bells and whistles, but they don't want to pay the bells and whistles price? Is that what you're telling me, Culture Psalms? Let me know if that's what you're telling me. Now, there are vendors that, and we'll talk about this in launch on a budget. There are vendors you can work with. Okay, got it. There are vendors that you can work with that will do planners and journals with the coils and all that nice stuff as print on demand. But there are some cons. And usually the number one con is the unit cost. The unit cost is ridiculous. I mean, it's not even worth 2 cents to do. But I'm going to teach you, though, how you can kind of maneuver some things around and get it done. There are ones, of course, that it may not be the pretty spiral, but it's, you guys know, the black wire row kind of spiral that runs through. There are those versions as well. Now, those versions are much cheaper because it's plastic. It's not metal. It's plastic. Okay. And so, there are some things that you can kind of switch out to make it, but I will say you're not going to get silver or gold spiral, at a certain unit cost. It's just not realistic, But that's why I tell people, if you don't do print on demand, you're going to sacrifice. But we'll talk about that in the course. But you are going to sacrifice because you have a budget. It's like telling somebody, if you don't have a steak and lobster budget, you're going to be eating PB&J. And you can't be mad because you're eating PB&J because you got a PB&J budget. So enjoy your PB&J, okay? And as you accelerate in life and you can eat your filet mignon and your shrimp and lobster, then we'll move that way, So I would say Culture Psalms, they have to go based on their budget. And that's the realistic conversation. conversation about, when you don't do mass ordering. It is based on that, so there's only so much you can tell them. But the course will tell you how to maximize those budgets. So I will show you on how you can maximize, with certain print-on-demand vendors. And in my opinion, I'll also be talking about, from my opinion, which ones you want to use for certain types of planners and journals, like when it comes to like layout, options. Okay, so that is what it will be good for. Okay, it's going to cover a lot of stuff. So Spiritual Cosmetics says, when starting off, if you do not have an audience, could you just send your planner to planner influence in exchange for honest review, do Facebook ads and Pinterest ads starting out? Yes, it's going to eat up the budget. So this is the thing. So this is important. And this, I'm glad you brought this up. If you don't have an audience, you can just run ads. You can't just run ads. Okay? But ads are not free. So for instance, if you send your planner to planner influencers in exchange for honest review, that means that you're counting on them to receive the gift for free. Now that's awesome, but you got to make sure that, that's what they're going to do. You can't just come out the game like, you know what, I'm just going to send these planners to people and they're going to get it for free and, they're not going to charge me. And it is what it is. Now, if you know some influencers as friends who will do that for you, awesome. There are influencers who will do reviews for free product. So there is that. But I wouldn't base my marketing strategy off of free influencers as like the full game. Now, you brought up the next important part, which is Facebook ads and Pinterest ads. That is an awesome idea. Now, here's the thing. With Pinterest and Facebook ads, you have to have a budget. And you want to be strategic about how you spend that budget, which means that more than likely you're going to need to educate yourself on how to do Facebook and Pinterest ads, which I think everyone should be learning how to do. But then again, we have to look at, okay, how long are we running these ads for? Are we running like campaigns? Are these going to be product campaigns? How much money? Because if let's say I'm doing $5 a day. Let's say you have a $500 budget and you're doing an ad for 30 days for $5 a day. Okay, that's $150. Okay, so we need to make sure that at the end of the day, okay, that we're, again, that's, you can do that. And actually, I talk about that in the course, but you have to make sure that you maximize your audience. Okay, that you're building your audience. And yes, Culture Psalms, you do need to build your audience first. Because here's my thing. I believe that you should not rely solely off of ads. Okay, you still have to build some kind of community, which I'm going to talk about what that looks like. Because I have clients where we're going to run ads solely, but we still use our social media to build an online following. You still got to have a following. Because unless you have the money, let's just be real, unless you have money, guys, to spend every single day for ads, you're going to still have to build people. You're still going to have to promote. You're still going to have to build your community. Got it? So yes, I believe that you can run ads. But most people, they don't want to spend money. And I believe people don't want to spend money will never be successful anyway. But when you have a small budget and you do want to spend money, but you don't have a lot of money, you have to be smart. So I think, like, for instance, running a $5 a day campaign, that is safe. Now, when you start talking about $20 a day, you're going to blow that money fast. So I think it's a good mixture for influencers and ads, but you got to be strategic on how long you run them, how much of the budget it's going to eat. The other thing about ads, that a lot of times with ads, you have to test, which means that you have to have money to lose. And some people, if you only have $100, and let's say that $50 campaign didn't do well, and you need to spend another $50, but you got to change some variables, you have to be willing to do that. And if you're not willing to fail a little bit in order to succeed, so that, these things we have to highly consider. Got it? Because not everyone has a perfect ad out the gate first. So you may have to adjust some things, change the copy, change how it looks, change the video, maybe your website, So I'm all for ads. I just tell people, get ready to spend the money. Okay? But you should be running ads. I think everyone should be running ads. I think everyone should be using influencers. But not every influencer will be free. Let's say the influencer charges you $50 or $100. Okay, you have to have the budget. And in the workbook, it actually has, it has the budget if you do influencers or ads, right? So you can say, okay, hey, I'm going to budget out $250 for ads. Okay? And then you can plan out how you want to spend that budget. Got it? Okay, cool. Yeah, and again, here's what I mean, we'll talk about this in the course, but there's different ways to do it. I think if I were you, I would get some influencers before I would run ads. I would get some influencers on YouTube who match your demographic and do that before you run ads. But think about influencers that you're paying for the person to get the product. So you just want to make sure that you're really working with the right kind of people. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? I think we've said it again. Doors closed tonight. I'm sorry for those of you who are just learning about this. I've been promoting it on my print school. So really, print school has really gotten the main focus for this. Oh, okay. Oh, I do have an announcement. Next Monday, I'm so excited. So I'm starting in July to feature my clients who I've designed workbooks and planners and journals for. And I'm really excited because actually one of my closest friends, I've designed several of her products and specifically 2 of her prayer journals that she has sold. And I'm going to be having her come on the channel, the Print School YouTube channel. So this is going to be exciting. She's going to be coming on the Print School YouTube channel on Monday, early in the morning. We're going to be doing like at 8 a.m. So I will be sending this out via email so you guys can get excited for this. I'm so excited because I'm going to be interviewing her on her process of creating her products. Now, I'm not just going to do faith-based products because I have clients who I've done all different types of products for. But I thought this would be a great kickoff because we did this product several years ago. So it's going to be nice to kind of go back in the archive. So I'm going to be sitting down with my friend, Tiffany Gillespie, who we've done business events. I mean, we've done retreats together for people. We've done all sorts of stuff. And she's trusted me on her products. And so I'm going to have her come on and we're going to be talking about her process when it came to creating her journals, because she has a lot of her own written content. And for a lot of you guys, I get people who ask me all the time, I want to actually create a product where like it has a lot of my own content in it. How do I get myself started with writing all this content? I want to have journals that have prompts and all sorts of stuff. And a lot of people, when they come to me, one of their issues is that they know what they want to do, but they don't know the content. So like someone will say, I want to release a journal that helps mothers. Okay, great. But you need to put some content in there that's going to be focused on mothers. So what kind of questions are you going to ask? And a lot of times when I ask them that, they're like, oh, yeah, you have to have your own content. You have to, if that's your area of expertise, that's what you're passionate about, you need to provide content. You have to know stuff. And so a lot of times when I get on the phone with my clients, I have to pull that out of them. And when we get done, I'll have pages and pages of content, but it doesn't start that way. It just starts with an idea. So I'm going to be sitting down with her so you guys can hear from someone who I've worked with on, okay, how did you get started? How did you plan out the time? How did you, get it published? What platform did you use to print it? All these kind of things we're going to talk about. And she's done 2. So I'm excited. Again, this will be next Monday. It will be in early morning. So, if you miss it, don't worry, it'll be on the channel. And last announcement, the giveaway, okay, the 9,000 subscriber giveaway ends tonight. So if you are on my YouTube channel, guys, you can go to my YouTube channel, Print School, and look for the video that says 9K giveaway. It ends tonight. So if you want to be a winner of a coaching session with me, absolutely free, I'm picking 3 people. 3 people. Usually I would just pick 1. But I felt like, let me be a giver. So I'm giving 3 people a free 30-minute coaching session with me where you're going to get on the phone with me and we're going to hash out this business that you're working. We're going to hash out this idea. Maybe it's not a business yet. Maybe it's just an idea and you just need someone to kind of pick and pull and help you to see where you need to go. So if you want to be one of the 3, head over to my YouTube channel, look for the 9K giveaway, and you can submit your information and all the giveaway instructions are there and how to win and all that kind of stuff. But I'm picking the winner tomorrow. So tonight, I'm closing the comments. I think, is there a way for me to even close the comments? Oh, you know what? What I'll just do is I'll hide the video to private. So that way no one can see it. I gotta figure out a way to close because someone could comment tomorrow and and they'll be counted, from because I'm using a generator to pick the comments. But I'll figure that out tonight. Okay. So guys, love you guys so much. Again, if you want to get in on the course, Launch on a Budget, that is tonight. If you're interested in Print Boss, stay tuned. That will reopen in a couple of weeks for enrollment. So if you're like, hey, I want to do a larger project, stay tuned for that. Okay. Guys, I will see guys. Oh my God, Launch on a Budget is tomorrow. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I'm sorry. I'm like so excited. All my students, we're going to have an awesome time tomorrow. I hope you guys are ready for tomorrow because we're going to kick off tomorrow. And I'm so excited. I feel like I'm at home, but I'm not traveling or anything, but I think it's great because it's like class to me, Hello, Trelicia. Hopefully I said that right. Is it Trelicia Delbridge? Hello, welcome to Print School Community. If you are new to the Print School Community, we would love for you to join us. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of email subscribers that are part of the Print School Community. Print School is the YouTube channel, but we have an email community that you can join where you can actually get access to emails, strategic emails from me on how to launch your planner journal business, how to maintain it, how to scale it. You can go right down here, which is joinprintschool.com. It's a beautiful website I designed. Yes. Let me just look at this streaming site. I like cute stuff. So anyway, but you can go to joinprintschool.com. And if you go to joinprintschool.com, right there on the homepage, there is a thing that says Join Print School. Type in your first name and your email address, and I am going to send you an automatic email that welcomes you into our community, gets you acquainted with what we have going on. And once you join, you are in, okay? You are in there like swimwear. And you're going to start getting weekly emails from me, strategic emails. And then, on my YouTube channel, I will alert you when new trainings or new videos go up. Right now, due to the pandemic, I kind of was slowing down video content, but I'm building it back up. So we're going to be doing things like interviews, like what's upcoming on Monday. And then we have some new things coming up. I'll be interviewing another one of my clients, my most recent client, the Empire planner, Jessica Martin. Her project is almost closing up. We've been dealing with these overseas vendors. And so, it takes time. So I'm really excited. We will be talking with her. Will you send a link for the ones who've signed up for the class tomorrow? So if you sign up for the course tomorrow, you actually made an account. So you'll be able to access through your account. So you don't need a link. So if you signed up for Launch on a Budget, remember you enrolled. So you already made your login in your account, correct? So Elaborate Designs, can you confirm that with me? So when you got your seat, did you make your email and your password? Did you do that? Because if so, all you'll do is you'll simply go back to the platform and log in. Okay. And you will get an email that's going to automatically say that the course has been opened automatically. So it won't be like a link, but it'll be an automatic email. Okay. And when you get that email, you'll just simply log in with your email and your password. Okay. So just confirm with me, Elaborate Designs. Make sure, did you create a login? Please tell me. And again, like I said before, if you didn't, but you did pay for it, you will get an email because it's going to alert you that the course is opened up. Okay. So just make sure that you let me know. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Good. So guys, you guys will be ready for tomorrow. I'm going to let you guys go. I have to get ready for tomorrow. I want to finish up these videos for you guys. And that's it. Okay, perfect. Good, Elaborate. Okay, good. Okay. Just want to make sure you're in. Okay, guys, I will see you guys later. I'm going to leave this Starbucks, go pick up dinner. I will talk to you guys soon. Okay. Bye, guys. I will see you later.